Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Trinity Baptist College, the home of the Eagles. Tonight, the TBC Eagles begin a three-game series with the Tigers of NAIA Voorhees College. Hello again, everybody. I'm Ray Bureau, and Dean is back on the camera once again here at Trinity Baptist College for TBC Eagles baseball. And again, the Eagles face the Tigers of Voorhees College. These teams met a couple of weeks ago up in Denmark, South Carolina. Trinity Baptist took 3 out of 4 on March 15th and 16th. That was 2 doubleheaders back-to-back. The Eagles won games 1, 3, and 4. And tonight, these two teams begin a 3-game series with a single 9-inning game that you're looking at right now. And tomorrow afternoon at 12 noon Eastern Time, these two teams hit the field at Trinity Ball Yard for 2 7-inning ball games. Here's a batting order for the Tigers. The leadoff hitter is the DH Terrell Dent. Batting second in center field, Mario Sumter. In left field, Eugene Farrell bats third. Cleanup hitter is the catcher, Jameezy McNeil. In right field, batting fifth, Rodney Goldsmith. Cremonta Snell will play third and bat sixth. Julio Santana will bat seventh. He's the first baseman. The shortstop is Henry Adam Brower. He will bat eighth, and Miles McCoy will bat ninth and play second base. And they will face freshman Will Van Sickle, making his 13th appearance for the Eagles. Second start. He has pitched 20 innings, 17 runs, 15 of those earned. 25, Terrell Dent, who is hitting .313 on the season with 1 run batted in. Van Sickle from the stretch exclusively, and the first pitch misses low for ball 1. Carlos Sanchez is in left, Brian Lopez the center fielder, Christian Amlong in right, and we'll give you the Eagles infield after this next pitch. 1 ball, no strikes. Van Sickle delivers and puts one right down the middle to even the count. Michael Camacho is at third base. Mark Rogers playing short. Nick McAdon gets the start at second base tonight, and Austin Lane Fry at first. Jordan Almodovar, mate of Van Sickle, who just hit the inside corner for strike 2. So 1 ball, 2 strikes. Terrell Dent at the plate. Ball game just underway. Pull up a chair and enjoy some exciting college baseball. Here's the pitch that is fouled off to the right side and out of play. Very overcast here on this Friday evening on the west side of Jacksonville, Florida. Temperatures in the mid-70s and a slight breeze blowing across from right towards left. Rain chances have weakened throughout the evening, down under 20%. There's a high fly ball down the right field line. This one is slicing foul, hits the fence and stays in the ballpark. And the count remains a ball and 2 strikes. I've been watching the weather forecast all week, and it said 50 to 60% chance of rain during game time, but now the weather app I use says 16% and below. Here's the 1-2. Ground ball headed into right field. That'll be a base hit. And a leadoff hitter aboard for the Tigers. Terrell Dent starts the ball game off with a good at-bat. Couple of foul balls after falling behind 1 and 2. And a pretty well hit single into right. And a runner at first with nobody out. Mario Sumter steps up to the plate. Sumter's hitting .196 on the season, 3 runs driven in. Dent getting a very big lead off first. Van Sickle delivers. The first pitch just misses a little bit low. Dent, according to the Voorhees DAC stats page, is 1 for 1 in stolen base attempts. Big lead off first once again. 1 ball, no strikes, and the pitch misses a little bit outside. And Sumter's ahead, 2 balls, no strikes. Eagles are playing double play depth up the middle. Fry holding the runner at first. Camacho well off the line at third and even with the bag. 2 balls, no strikes, and the pitch, runner not going, and this one is in the zone for strike 1. Lots of Major League action also going on this Friday night. I like to do updates throughout the night as well. Trinity Christian Academy Conquerors are in Las Vegas playing their third and final game. Throw over to first, and this one is down in the dirt. That's the Bishop Gorman Invitational Desert Classic. The Conquerors have lost one and tied one and are leading 3-0 in the middle of tonight's ball game. Swing and a miss. And the count is even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Conquerors are batting in the bottom of the 4th. Our Trinity fans and viewers know I like to keep an eye on those high school ball games as well. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Another big lead off first from Dent. And Van Sickle checks the runner and delivers. Runner not going. A chopper towards the right side. Fry will field, and Sumter will beat the pitcher to the bag for an infield single. McIndon did not get to the bag in time, and Sumter beat Van Sickle for an infield hit. So the first 2 batters have reached. And it'll bring up Eugene Farrell with 2 on and nobody out. Farrell hitting .421 with 6 runs driven in. First pitch, he squares, he bunts. Van Sickle will field. McIndon covering first. And the out is recorded, but a successful sacrifice bunt goes 1-4. 1 out, both runners move into scoring position. Dent to third, and Mario Sumter into second. Cleanup hitter, Jameez McNeil with 2 men in scoring position, .316 on the season. Infielders in on the grass. Van Sickle's first pitch is a curveball that breaks a little too much and misses outside for ball 1. Dent the runner at third, Sumter at second. Both singled their way aboard. Clean hit into the outfield for Dent. Infield single for Sumter, and this pitch is lifted high towards center. Lopez will field. Runner tags. Here's a throw to the plate. It'll be cut off, and the Tigers lead it 1-0. So a sacrifice fly brings home the run. And a quick 1-0 lead for Voorhees. Rodney Goldsmith, the right fielder, at the plate with a runner at second and 2 men out. And Goldsmith is hitting .242 this season. Van Sickle trying to get out of the inning without any further runs scoring. Outfield pretty much straight away. Infield now back with 2 men out. And the first pitch, good swing by Goldsmith, and he fouls it straight back. Glad you're able to join us here on YouTube TBC Eagles. Drop a comment into the top chat. I check on that every so often, and I enjoy seeing, watching, and letting us know. I'm Ray Bureau. My son Dean is our cameraman here at Trinity Baptist College. No balls and a strike. Van Sickle delivers. Chopper into left field. That's a base hit. Runner around third. A throw to the plate is well off the mark. And that will also allow Goldsmith to take second and keep on going all the way around towards third. So that is an RBI single for Goldsmith. Driving in Sumter to make it 2-0. He takes second on the throw to the plate. And an error charged to the left fielder Sanchez for the wild throw that allows Goldsmith to keep on motoring all the way to third base. So a runner just 90 feet away, 2 runs in. Cromonta Snell at the plate for the Tigers. He's hitting .245. Chance to drive in a run, and this first pitch catches the inside corner for strike 1. That hustle by Mario Sumter beating the pitcher to the bag on the chopper resulted in run number 2 for the Tigers. The 0-1. This one right down the middle, and Van Sickle is ahead, no balls and 2 strikes. Chance to get out of the inning and give his offense an opportunity to get those couple of runs right back. Here's the 0-2, and this one misses outside, and that makes the count a ball and 2 strikes. Long look in for Van Sickle. Hello, April Smith and El Boogie. Elena Lopez. Here's the 1-2. Strike three called on the inside corner. That ends the inning, but a good start for the Voorhees Tigers. They get 2 runs on 3 hits and a runner left at third. After a half inning of play, Voorhees 2 and the Eagles coming to bat. Well, the Tigers got the first 2 men aboard on base hits, and they both came in to cross the plate. A sacrifice fly from McNeil and an RBI single from Goldsmith, scoring Dent and Sumter, and Voorhees leads 2-0. You're looking at Joel Rivera Orta on the mound for Voorhees College. He's making his 3rd appearance of the season. Only 2 total innings pitched. He's allowed 4 earned runs on 2 hits, 3 walks, and 1 strikeout. Joel Rivera Orta, he is a junior. Coach Adrian West leading the Tigers. And Orta Rivera from Cagos, Puerto Rico, if I said that correctly. Again, only his 3rd appearance and 2 total innings pitched so far. Here's a lineup for the Eagles that will face Rivera. Center fielder Brian Lopez leads it off. Right fielder Christian Amlog will bat second. Carlos Sanchez in left. David Cavedo is a cleanup hitter. He's playing DH tonight. Nick Macadon has missed some time, but he's back, and he's playing second base, batting 5th. Michael Camacho will bat 6th. Austin Lane Fry getting a start at first base. He had a big RBI double last weekend. He's batting 7th. Mark Rogers at short will bat 8th, and Jordan Almodovar is the catcher, and he will bat 9th. We are ready. Rivera's first pitch is in there for a strike. Not overpowering, but as long as he locates, he can get the job done. Eugene Farrell in left, Mario Sumter in center. Here's the pitch. It's a little bit outside to even up the count. Rodney Goldsmith plays right. Cromonta Snell at third base. Henry Adam Brower at short. There's a pitch hit hard right at the third baseman Snell. And again, as we said all season long, a hard hit ball went right at a fielder. And that is out number 1. Playing second base for the Tigers, Miles McCoy. Julio Santana is at first. And Jamezy McNeil behind the plate, the battery mate of Joel Rivera. Batting .281, just grounded out to start things off for the Eagles. Tristan Amlog, the right fielder, steps up to the plate and takes one outside. Amlog batting .306 on the season, 11 runs driven in. Bases empty, 1 out, bottom of the first. Here's the pitch. And this one catches the outside corner. And again, Rivera Orta, not a hard thrower, but if he locates well, that's really all the pitcher needs to do. 1 ball, 1 strike, and here's the pitch. And this one catches the inside corner, so Rivera Orta working both sides of the plate to Christian Amlog. Looks like he was taking all the way to try to get a good look at the righty on the mound. Here's the 1-2, and this one hits the batter, and Amlog will trot on down to first. So a runner at first with 1 out, and the number 3 hitter Carlos Sanchez at the plate. He's batting .340 with 11 runs driven in. Amlog, pretty good speed at first. 1 out, and Amlog is 3 for 4 in stolen base opportunities. Mid-size lead off first by Amlong. Nothing too excessive. Being held on by Julio Santana playing first base. And pitch on the way is taken for a strike. The Eagles are probably going to take some pitches, see what Rivera has, at least the first time through the batting order. That's just my guess. Here's a pitch to Sanchez. It gets away, and Amlog will take second base, and that's going to be a pass ball charged to the catcher. Now the Eagles have a man in scoring position and a chance to get one of those 2 runs back. One ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Couple of long looks back at the runner at second, and a shot right at Coach Copeland in the coach's box, and it's 1-2. Here's where you want to get up to the front of the box. A soft tosser. Try to get that ball before it breaks down. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Catcher sets up outside. And here's the pitch, and this one misses outside. Amlaw got a late break. There's going to be a play at third, and he is in there safely. And that will be a wild pitch charged to the pitcher. So now, good contact. Should score a run with a runner at third and 1 out, but there are 2 strikes on Carlos Sanchez. David Quevedo, the cleanup man, waits on deck. Sanchez has a big gap in right center. Here's a 2-2, and this one pulled foul once again. Again, want to get a little closer to the pitcher and try to catch that pitch before it breaks down and away, and also give yourself a better chance of keeping it fair. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The skies are starting to clear up just a little bit. Very overcast here on this Friday night. Here's the 2-2, and this one misses inside and fills up the count. And we do have a balk called, and that's going to allow Christian Amlog to score. Now, I was watching the ball. I didn't see what the call was for, but the Eagles have a run. So it's 2-1, and here's a pitch to Sanchez, a high fly ball that he pulled way foul and all the way towards the parking lot. So 2 balls, 2 strikes. Of course, a balk waved off that pitch, and here's the 2-2, and this one hits the batter, and the Eagles get another man aboard. Second consecutive man that Rivera has hit. Amlog came around to score. It's 2-1, and David Quevedo steps up to the plate. Conference on the mound between McNeil and Rivera. As David Quevedo gets ready to hit, he's hitting .267, 1 homer, and 8 runs driven in. It's also drawn 15 walks, so he will take his walks. He'll also take his hacks if pitcher puts one inside the strike zone. Umpire comes out. Everybody's heading back into position, and we're ready to resume. Sanchez, the runner at first. 1 out. 2-1, bottom of the first, Eagles at bat. Here is the pitch, and this one misses outside. A throw down to first, and Sanchez able to get back. Santana well in front of the bag, didn't really have a chance to put down the tag. 1 ball, no strikes, and time is called. The TCA Conquerors leading Centennial 3-0 as Centennial bats in the top of the 6th. Connor Aldrich has 2 RBIs for the Conquerors. Here's the 1-0. This one misses up and away. 2 balls, no strikes. Nick McAdon, the on-deck hitter, followed by Michael Camacho, Austin Lane Fry, Mark Rogers, and Jordan Almodovar. That's the batting order for Coach Copeland here tonight. Rivera delivers a 2-0, and this one is a little bit high, and Quevedo well ahead, 3-0. Ball gets away, but Sanchez right on top of the bag. Eagles wearing their home whites with the blue sleeves, Voorhees, gray pants, and the navy blue jerseys with the really nice-looking blue and white trim. 3 balls, no strikes, and the pitch. Quevedo taking all the way, and that one is in for a strike. So now let's see if Quevedo is swinging away, if he gets one to his liking, well ahead in the count. Runner not going, and this one misses inside, and the Eagles have another base runner. Sanchez advances, DQ draws the walk. 3 consecutive batters have reached without the benefit of a hit. That's the first walk by Orta. Joel Rivera Orta, that is. Sanchez at second. Quevedo at first. Nick McAdon at the plate. He's hitting .261. 6 RBIs, chance to make it 7, which would tie up the ball game. And the pitch on the way is a breaking ball that misses low and outside for ball 1. Big gap in right center for McAdon. And here is the pitch, and this one misses outside. The center fielder, Mario Sumter, playing the hitter to pull. Christopher Sanchez saying hello to Tigers first baseman Julio Santana. El Boogie, we mentioned earlier, Miss May Catherine Roach Stanton, watching from Rockingham, North Carolina. Hey, thanks for letting us know where you are. Always enjoy seeing where our viewers are as well as who's watching. Hopefully I'll catch everybody's name who lets us know. Sometimes I do miss it. Unintentional, of course. Conference on the mound. Eagles having a chance to tie up the ball game with 1 out, runner in scoring position, and another man at first base. Lopez led off a hard ground ball to third, and then 2 hit batsmen. Pass ball, a wild pitch, a balk, and it's 2-1. Rivera delivers and misses outside for ball 3. McAdon very likely taking all the way ahead in the count, especially following the walk to Quevedo. A lot of room on the ground on the right side for Mac as well. Here is the pitch in the dirt. That's ball 4. All runners will advance. Sanchez to third, DQ to second, and McAdon draws the walk. Number 2 by Rivera. Eagles have a golden opportunity to tie the score or even take the lead, as Michael Camacho is due up next, and he's down at third base talking to Coach Copeland. Camacho, 189, 7 runs driven in. Contact should at least tie up the score. Corner infielders playing in front of the bags. Middle infielders looking to turn 2 and get out of the inning. Here's a first pitch, and it is in there. Good take by Camacho. He just saw 2 consecutive walks. Wants to make sure that the pitcher's able to find the zone before he starts hacking. He also has a huge gap in right center. Here's the 0-1. This one is inside, and another balk is called, and the Eagles have tied it up. A little quick pitch on Rivera. So Sanchez scores. It is 2-2. Quevedo advances to third. McAdon to second. And the Eagles have tied it up without the benefit of a hit. That also removes the routine ground ball double play, as first base is now open, and now good contact should give the Eagles the lead. Here's the 0-1. High fly ball will score 1. It is caught in left. Here comes Quevedo. And the Eagles lead 3-2. And also on the play, Nick McAdon takes third. Well hit sacrifice fly off the bat of Michael Camacho. Eugene Farrell made the catch, but the Eagles are ahead 3-2. That catch is out, number 2. Nick McAdon 90 feet away, and Austin Fry at the plate. Hasn't had many opportunities to swing the bat. He's normally a pitcher, but last week came into the ballgame late against South Carolina Beaufort. Got himself an RBI double down the right field line and 1 for 2 overall. Runner at third, 2 outs, and the first pitch misses outside. Fry on the season, 1 out of 3 with that RBI we told you about a moment ago. Here's the 1-0, and this one's outside, and a nice catch by McNeil to keep McAdon at third. Fry with a chance and another run batted in. Eagles lead 3-2, again without the benefit of a hit. Here's a 2-0 to Fry, and he takes one outside to throw down to third. Very close play, but McAdon back in time. McAdon got a huge secondary lead and a good throw by McNeil. Mac just did get back in time. 3 balls, no strikes. Let's see if Fry is hacking, and he is taking, and it hits the outside corner. 3 balls and a strike. Rogers on deck. Almodovar to follow. Should the Eagles keep it alive? Line drive, base hit into right. And it looks like Fry is going to get himself more chances to swing the bat. That's the first hit for the Eagles. And it brings in Nick McAdon, and TBC leads 4-2. Fry making good contact in limited opportunity. He's now hitting .500 on the season, and he's just driven in his second run. 2 outs, a runner at first from Mark Rogers. Eagles lead 4-2. So they got back those 2 runs and then doubled it up. Here's the first pitch to Rogers behind the batter, away from the catcher, and Fry will advance into scoring position. Time called. This is the second trip to the mound of the inning, and that is going to be all for Rivera. So we'll pause here, and we'll let you know who comes onto the mound in just a moment here on TBC Eagles. Stay with us. The new pitcher for the Tigers, number 8, Aquilar James. Hopefully I pronounced that correctly. James has no wins, 1 loss on the season, a .540 earned run average, 5 innings pitched. Again, all this according to the latest update on Voorhees' stats page on DaxStats.com. He will face Mark Rogers and will inherit a count of 1 ball, no strikes. Austin Fry is the runner at second. He just drove home a run with a base hit into right. Eagles lead at 4-2. In case you're just joining us, we're in the bottom of the first. Voorhees got 2 in the top half. The Eagles have come right back to take a 2-run lead, 4-2. Rogers ready to step back into the box. He has a count of 1 ball, no strikes. Fry leads off second. RBI opportunity for Rogers. And here is the first pitch from James. It's a fastball that misses upstairs. Now here's a situation when a pitcher comes in mid-at-bat. If ball 4 happens, that walk is charged to the original pitcher. A strikeout goes to the new man. Here's a 2-0. And this one hits the outside corner for strike one. So in case you're wondering, keeping track of scoring on your own, that's the rule when a pitcher comes in mid-at-bat. Here is the 2-1. This one in the dirt, and again, a nice block by McNeil. Of course, anything else that results goes to the new pitcher. Base hit, anything else. 3 balls and a strike. Rogers ahead in the count. Here comes the pitch. High fly ball, well hit towards the gap. That is going to be down and roll all the way to the wall. Fry will score. Rogers on his way to second. He will keep on moving towards third. The throw will be not in time, and an RBI triple for Mark Rogers has given the Eagles a 3-run lead. Well, Rogers got a count in his favor, got a pitch to his liking, and he drilled it. Got it over the head of center fielder Mario Sumter. Ball rolled all the way to the fence, and an RBI triple results for Mark Rogers. The Eagles have come back with 5 runs in the bottom of the first, and they have batted around as catcher Jordan Almodovar steps in. Rogers at third. Here is the first pitch from James, and this one misses outside. So now close the book on Joel Rivera. 2/3 of an inning, 5 runs, all earned. Here's the 1-0, and this one misses up high. It's only the second hit of the inning for the Eagles, but they've taken advantage of opportunities. Almodovar ahead, 2 balls, no strikes, and here's the pitch. This one misses a little bit outside. Three balls, no strikes, and Almodovar hitting .247. Chance to drive in a run. Time called. Almodovar steps out. He's driven in 6. He's also walked 13 times. And here's a 3-0, and this one misses outside. That's ball 4. Runners at the corners. 2 men out. Brian Lopez started the inning with a hard-hit ground ball right at the third baseman, Cremonta Snell, who got the out at first. And now a courtesy runner for the catcher, Jordan Broden, as we see him do almost every time. He's at first base, taking over for the catcher, Jordan Almodovar. So 2 on, 2 out. Lopez at the plate. And here's a pitch. Runner not going, and Lopez takes one on the inside corner. And Lopez hit the ball hard. Nothing to show for it. His first time up, leading off this bottom of the first. Huge gap in right center for the senior. And here's the 0-1. This one misses outside. TCA Conquerors still leading 3-0 as they bat in the bottom of the 6th. They're coming home tomorrow after this ball game ends tonight. Here's a 1-1. Broden bluffs, puts on the brakes, and the pitch misses high, and Lopez is up 2 balls and a strike. Hello to Carla Ayala, sister of first baseman Julio Santana from Miami. Thanks for letting us know, and hello to you, Miss Carla. Line drive headed toward the gap. That's going to drive in 1, possibly 2, as Broden rounds second, around third. Ball still at the fence. That's going to be a 2-run double. Play at third is off the mark. It would have been close, and that is a 2-run triple for Brian Lopez. Rogers scores from third. And Jordan Broden all the way around from first, and the Eagles lead this one 7-2, and are still batting in the bottom of the first. Kristen Amlog started the rally getting hit by a pitch and eventually came around to score. Here's a pitch from James, and this one misses high for ball 1. One ball, no strikes. James winds with the runner at third, and a high pop-up, and this one is out of play just to the left of us. And the count is even up at 1-1. Hello to Magali Ayala from Miami, also cheering on Julio Santana. Julio, you got some fans watching you from South Florida. Miss Janet Cooper from Moultrie, Georgia, the mother of Trinity Baptist's Brandon Dean. This one misses low and inside, and Amlong is ahead 2 balls and a strike. And I always like seeing Mr. Robert Herrera letting us know he's watching. He'll be here in person tomorrow, he says. 2 balls and a strike. Here's a pitch, and this one is up high for ball 3. Zarek Smith from Fayetteville, North Carolina. Gabriela Santana from Miami. I'm going to take a wild guess and say that Julio is from the Miami area. A lot of fans, Julio. Tabitha Walker from Ellington, South Carolina. Here's a 3-1, and a breaking ball catches the outside corner and fills up the count. And I'll check again to see if anyone else lets us know, but thanks for watching. Thanks especially for letting us know. High pop-up, and this one right behind the infield. Called off by Goldsmith, who makes the catch, and that ends the inning, but a great inning for the Eagles. I do believe this is their biggest inning of the season. They score 7 runs on 4 hits, leave 1, and after 1, TBC 7, Voorhees 2. Big inning for the Eagles in the bottom of the first. 7 runs, and they lead 7-2 as Santana comes to the plate. Number 7 hitter for the Tigers, Julio Santana, followed by Henry Adam Brower and Miles McCoy. First pitch from Van Sickle, a fastball in there for a strike. Voorhees got 2 in the top of the first. Both Dent and Sumter singled and ended up scoring. Then Trinity had the big bottom half. Here's the 0-1. That one right at the knees. A great pitcher's pitch. No balls and 2 strikes. Van Sickle throwing hard in the early going. Worked out of the jam. And here is the pitch. Swing and a miss. Looked like Santana might have chased one out of the zone, and that is out number 1. Strikeout number 2 for Van Sickle. Henry Adam Brower at the plate. 1 out, bases empty. Brower hitting .194. Santana at .267 coming into tonight's play. First pitch is a good curveball and a nice take by Brower. No balls and a strike. Van Sickle takes a long look in at the sign. Now ready. Here's the 0-1. Fastball a little bit outside, and the count is even at 1-1. Well, now the Conquerors just need to get 3 outs to complete the win over Centennial. 3-0. Centennial now batting top 7. Curveball that misses high and inside, and it is 2 balls and a strike. The Conquerors lost on Thursday, tied last night. Time constraints would not let them finish the ball game. Here's a 2-1. That misses up high, and it looks like they're going to end up with a win. So win, lose, and draw, a possibility in Vegas for the Conquerors, who scored 5 runs in the 7th inning last night to tie it up. They were down 5-0 when they came to the plate. 3 balls, 1 strike, 1 out, and the pitch misses low, and Brower is aboard with 1 away. That's the first walk by Will Van Sickle. Brings up second baseman Miles McCoy. Brower the runner at first. McCoy hitting .267. Has a runner at first. And 1 man out. Nice at-bat by Brower. Ended up working the walk. He is aboard. Some base runners and a chance to chip. Van Sickle checks the sign, checks the runner, and delivers. And then a foul tip into the mitt. Now remember, that's a live ball. Almodovar came up ready to fire. A foul tip caught is a live ball. No balls, 2 strikes. And the pitch. Strike 3 called right down the middle. And that's out number 2. 3rd overall for Will Van Sickle, the freshman from Paxson High School here in Jacksonville. And it brings up the number 1 hitter, Terrell Dent, who singled to start off the ball game and eventually came around to score. Runner at first is Brower, and the first pitch a curveball for strike 1. Henry Adam Brower drew a walk. Sandwiched in between a couple of punch-outs, and now Dent trying to keep the inning alive. Here's the 0-1. Fastball misses low to even the count. 1-1. Dent at the plate. Modest lead off first. Trailing by 5. You don't want to take too many chances. Here's the pitch that misses outside. And a count in the favor of Dent at 2-1. Conquerors 1 out away from victory. That's the Trinity Christian Academy High School Conquerors, who shares the campus and this facility with Trinity Baptist College. This one fouled off to the right side and lands safely, stays in the yard, but everybody will return to position and we'll redo the 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, a runner at first. 7-2 in favor of the Eagles. And Van Sickle delivers. Hard ground ball towards short. Rogers will field, go the short route, and retire the side. 6-4 on the putout, a walk and a runner left. We go to the bottom of the 2nd. The Eagles lead it 7-2. Bottom of the 2nd, Carlos Sanchez, David Cavedo, and Nick Macadon are the scheduled hitters for the Eagles, who lead 7-2. The Chicago White Sox have defeated Seattle 10-8, a slugfest. The Dodgers lead the Rockies 9-1 at Coors Field. The Dodgers are batting in the top of the 7th. Padres and Cardinals 5-2 in favor of San Diego. Cardinals batting in the bottom of the 8th. Rays 5-2 over the Giants. That game is in the 7th. Carlos Sanchez was hit by a pitch and scored on a balk, the 2nd of the inning that both allowed a run to score. So Sanchez leading off the second. Here is the pitch, and it misses outside for ball one. Reds and Pirates will get underway in about 15 minutes in Pittsburgh. James delivers the 1-0, and a breaking ball misses. 2 balls, no strikes. Twins at the Phillies, also starting in about 15 minutes. The Blue Jays are in Cleveland. Red Sox at Arizona. Early ball game for the Desert. Here's a 2-0, and this one is fouled back. Marlins at the Braves. A little later on, Oakland in Houston, the Cubs and the Brewers in Milwaukee. Here's the 2-1, and this one misses low and outside, and Sanchez way ahead in the count. The West Coast game, Texas at the Los Angeles Angels. 3 balls and a strike. Here's a pitch, and this one is fouled off to fill up the count. Well, Centennial got a run, still batting in the 7th. Conquerors lead 3-1, just 1 out away from victory, but the tying runs are on base. 3 balls, 2 strikes. James delivers, and Sanchez fouls it straight back. He had a good rip, and the count remains full. TBC Eagles on YouTube. Thanks for joining us here tonight. Here's a payoff pitch. It is low, and Sanchez draws the walk. So 1 out, or no outs rather, the leadoff man aboard. David Quevedo steps up to the plate. Quevedo walked and scored in that big first inning for the Eagles. Sanchez, modest lead. See if he takes a little bit more as James comes set. Here's a first pitch on the inside corner for a strike. The umpires had a pretty wide strike zone, but he's been consistent for both pitchers. So James from the stretch. Sanchez gets a little bit more off first, and the pitch, a curveball that misses low and outside, and the count is even. 1 ball, 1 strike. Sanchez again, another half step in his lead. He's on the move. Pitch is a strike. The throw down to second is in time, and a caught stealing on a good throw by McNeil to the shortstop. And Brower applies a tag. So 2-6 on the putout, 1 away, the base is empty. And David Quevedo has a count of 1 ball and 2 strikes. Excellent throw by McNeil. Here is that 1-2 pitch. Strike 3 called on a breaking ball. DQ knew it, and there are 2 away. Nice job by Aguilar James getting the strikeout, getting the out on the base paths as well, and now he has a chance to get out of the inning as there are 2 outs and the base is empty, and Nick Macadon at the plate. Mac walked and scored in the first. Here's his first pitch, and a breaking ball that misses high. So the leadoff hitter reached, but then was erased, and now 2 outs, base is empty. Here is the pitch, and this one misses low for ball 2. Also good to see Christian Draper back in the dugout and dressed and ready to play. Had that injury a couple of weeks ago. Now waiting for an opportunity to get back into the game as this pitch misses inside. So congratulations, Christian, on your speedy recovery, and we're glad to see you. Also glad to see you in uniform tonight. Here's a 3-0 pitch from James. And ball 4 misses a little high, and the Eagles have a runner aboard with 2 outs. That's the second time that Macadon has drawn the free pass, and it brings up third baseman Michael Camacho, who brought home a run with a sacrifice fly his first time up. Two outs, a runner at first. 2 walks in the inning, but a caught stealing erased the first one. James from the stretch, and the first pitch swinging and a miss. No balls and a strike. Camacho looked like he might have pulled off that pitch as it broke toward the outer half of the plate. McIndon, pretty good speed at first. Most of these Eagles can run very well. Here's the 0-1 from James, and this one is in the dirt, but blocked by McNeil, keeping the runner at first. Conquerors have just allowed another run to score, and now the ball game is tied. 2 runs scored on a base hit, so the Conquerors will have a chance in the bottom of the 7th to walk it off. Curveball in there for a strike, and Camacho was taking that one all the way. So come on, Conquerors, get that run. Still have to get out of the top half of the 7th, however. 1 ball, 1 strike. And the pitch in the dirt. This one gets away, and McIndon will scamper into scoring position. That's a wild pitch charged to James, his first. Now an RBI opportunity for Camacho, who's already driven one in tonight. Two balls, 2 strikes. James is ready. Here's the pitch. This one misses high to fill up the count. Two and 1. Good speed at second base. Ball hit into the outfield, especially with 2 outs. Mac does not have to wait for anything. He should have a good chance of scoring. Pitch on the way, swing and a miss. The ball gets away, and a flip towards first will end the inning. So that's a strikeout and 2-3 on the final putout. The Eagles get 2 walks, leave 1, no runs, but after 2, it's TBC 7, Voorhees 2. Tigers coming to bat in the top of the 3rd. Mario Sumter, Eugene Farrell, and Jamezi McNeil. Hitters 2, 3, and 4 in the batting order for the Tigers. 2-run first inning and then a 7-run bottom of the 1st for the Eagles. That's where we stand as we start inning number 3. Sumter beat out an infield hit in the 1st and came around to score. A hustle on a high chopper got himself aboard. Here is the first pitch of the inning, and this one misses low. 1 ball, no strikes. We've seen the speed that Sumter possesses. Fry way back at first. Here's a pitch. This one is in the dirt. And 2 balls and no strikes. Both bullpens very quiet. Of course, it's still early. Van Sickle, through 2 innings pitched, has allowed 2 runs, both of them earned. 3 hits. He has walked 1 and struck out 3. Almodovar out to the mound. Now wants a new ball, apparently. And everybody's ready. Van Sickle has a count of 2 balls and no strikes on the batter, Mario Sumter. Here's a 2-0, and this one, Sumter taking all the way, and it hits the corner for a strike. Two balls, 1 strike. And a long look in by the righty, and the pitch on the way. A high chopper, that's going to be tough. Camacho throws to first, not in time, and Sumter has his second infield hit of the night. Sumter chopped down on the ball, and once I saw that ball bound so high, I had a good feeling that Sumter was going to beat that out. Camacho did everything he could do, but Sumter just hustled, smelled that base hit, and he is aboard to lead off the top of the third. So nobody out, leadoff man aboard. Here's Farrell. Had a sac bunt his first time up. This one's hit hard off the glove of Macadon and into right field, and that's a base hit. Macadon got a glove on it, could not corral it, and the first two men have reached in the third, as we saw happen in the top of the first. So 2 men aboard, nobody out for Jamezy McNeil. He brought home a run with a sacrifice fly his first time up. RBI opportunity and a chance for Voorhees to chip away at this current 5-run deficit. Van Sickle delivers a curveball and gets the call for strike 1. No balls and a strike. Long look in by the pitcher. Checks the runner and delivers. A fastball swung on and missed, and McNeil went out of the zone to try to get that one. So a count of 0-2. Fry in front of the bag at first. Camacho deep at third. Here's the 0-2. High fly ball towards right. It's going to be caught, and everybody will hold. Christian Amlog raced in and made the catch. Well hit line drive, and that's out number 1. Rodney Goldsmith has himself an RBI single his only time up. That came in the first, and that made the game at that point 2-0. Well, the Conquerors got out of the inning, tied at 3, and now coming to bat in the bottom of the 7th. They've already tied once. Let's hope they can walk it off here tonight. They're in Las Vegas. And here's the first pitch. A high fly ball towards right. That should be easy for Amlog. Sumter ready to tag. Amlog makes the catch. Sumter left the base a little too soon, but he was able to get back in plenty of time. So on 2 consecutive pitches, Van Sickle gets an out in right field, and now a chance to get out of the inning without a run scoring if he can get Cremonta Snell, whom he got looking to end the first inning. 2 on, 2 out. And Van Sickle delivers the first pitch, a fastball that misses outside. Mario Sumter beat out an infield hit. Eugene Farrell laced one into right. 2 outs later, they're still at first and second. Here's a pitch downstairs and a good block by Almodovar. Outfield straight away, not too deep. Lopez is pretty good at going back. He's playing in. He likes to try to make the throw if he gets an opportunity. Here's a 2-0 and a pitch right down the middle for strike 1. Sanchez is the deepest of the 3 outfielders. He likes to try to come in to make the play. The 2-1, high pop up, shallow center field. Rogers going out. It is on the ground, and a run will score. And again, another blooper that the Eagles really didn't have much of a chance to make the catch, and that is a base hit for Snell. Sumter scores. Farrell goes first to third, and it's 7-3. Not hit hard, but hit in the perfect place. Rogers, Lopez, and Sanchez all gave chase, but it was out of the reach and right in the middle of that triangle. So 1 run is in. And the Eagles still leading 7-3, a 4-run lead. Runners at the corners for Santana, who went down on strikes to open the second. And Sickles' first pitch is a little bit low. 1 ball, no strikes. Absolutely no wind at all at the moment. Here's the 1-0, and this one's in the dirt, and again blocked by Almodovar. Temperature's about 74 degrees. No wind to speak of at the moment. Very cloudy, but so far nothing wet falling from the sky. That's been in the forecast to rain all week long. Here's a 2-0, runner not going, and this one misses outside. There is 1 base open, but of course Van Sickle wants to get out of the inning right here. He's going to have to work from well behind in the count. It's 3-0 on Julio Santana. Pitch on the way, and Santana takes it for a strike. Miss Viso Leha watching from the U.S. Virgin Islands. Don't think I've seen that pop up. Thanks for letting us know, Miss Leja. Hopefully I said that correctly. Swing and a miss, and the count is full. That means Cremanta Snell will be off on the pitch. Full count, 2 outs. Farrell, the runner, at third. 1 run is in. And Van Sickle checks the sign carefully. Fry holding the runner. There he goes. Ground ball right towards Fry at first. He snares it and steps on the bag. Santana hit the ball hard, but Fry standing right in front of it and makes the play unassisted. 1 run, 3 hits, the RBI single from Cremanta Snell. Go to the bottom of the third. The Eagles lead 7-3. Due up for the Eagles in the bottom of the third, Fry, Rogers, and Almodovar. It's 7-3. Voorhees, 2 runs in the first, 1 in the third. The Eagles, 7 runs in the bottom of the first. Fry made a nice play getting down on 1 knee, blocked that ball, stepped on the bag. Santana was bidding for the RBI base hit. Hit the ball hard. Conquerors have a runner at third, but 2 men out. That's the winning run with Connor Aldrich at the plate. He's already driven in a couple of runs tonight. Be interesting to see if they don't score, if they'll play extra innings or end the game in a tie. Austin Lane Fry, an RBI single his first time up. He steps up. Here's a first pitch from James, and this one a little bit high for ball 1. Coach Gil Morales of the TCA Conquerors looking to make it back to the state semifinal and beyond this year. They are having a pretty good year. Here's a chopper towards short. Long throw to first. Santana was off the bag, but he was able to apply the tag and make the play. And that is out number 1. Nice job by the big man at first. Had to leave the bag. And Fry, as tall as he is, he's about 6'3". It was easy for Santana to apply that tag and get the out. And the Conquerors have won the ball game. Connor Aldrich has driven home the game-winning run. Pitch on the way is a strike to Mark Rogers. So the Conquerors win 4-3. They get a win, a loss, and a tie in their 3 games out in Las Vegas. Here's a curveball from James that misses low and away to even up the count. Rogers had himself an RBI triple in that big first inning for the Eagles. A ball and a strike, 1 out, and the pitch. Line drive right at the shortstop, and Brower is there to make the play. A hard hit ball, but right at the Tigers shortstop. 2 outs, bases empty. And it brings up Jordan Almodovar, who walked and scored in the first. So congratulations to the TCA Conquerors. Successful trip out west. Here's a first pitch to Jordan Almodovar that misses outside for ball 1. One ball, no strikes. James from the windup and the pitch. This one misses downstairs. Well ahead in the count now, 2-0. And here's a pitch. Check swing on a pitch downstairs and no swing, so count goes to 3-0. Voorhees College Tigers from Denmark, South Carolina, members of the NAIA. And the pitch is outside for ball 4. And the Eagles have a runner at first with 2 outs. The Tigers are 7-11-2 overall on the season, 1-1 in the NAIA Association of Independents. Eagles are 13-26 on the season, 3 wins, no losses against NCCAA competition. That was a 3-game sweep of Alice Lloyd College during the EC Bash. Jordan Broden running for Almodovar once again at first base. Second time that Almodovar has drawn a walk, and a 3rd overall for James. Here's a pitch to Lopez, who takes a fastball inside corner for strike 1. Lopez also had a triple in the first. That one drove in 2 and put up runs 6 and 7 on the scoreboard. Broden bluffs, and this one is fouled off into the bleachers. Well, McNeil has already thrown out 1 man trying to steal. He got Carlos Sanchez last inning. Broden very fast, not afraid to take off. And Coach Copeland not afraid to use the speed. No balls, 2 strikes. Let's see what Broden does. He bluffs again. This one's in the dirt, but not far enough for an advance. One ball, 2 strikes. Broden 3 for 4, I believe, in stolen bases. Here is the 1-2, a curveball hit down the left field line. It's snared. Throw to first will be in time. And another ball robbed off the bat of an Eagles player. A terrific play by Cromonta Snell on the dive. He got up and threw out a very fast runner with a perfect throw across the diamond. And that ends the inning. A walk and a man left after 3. Eagles lead it 7-3. We go to the 4th. Mario Sumter has 2 infield hits and 2 runs. He's scheduled to hit fourth if anybody gets on. Brower, McCoy, and Dent are the first three hitters that Van Sickle will face. And the freshman has pitched 3 innings. He's allowed 3 runs. They all are earned. 5 hits. He has walked 1 and struck out 3. Facing Brower, who walked his only time up so far. And there's a chopper towards third. Camacho fields, throws to first on the run and makes the play. Not quite as spectacular as the one that ended the Eagles at bat, but a highlight type play for the third baseman, Michael Camacho, nonetheless. 1 pitch, 1 out. Miles McCoy at the plate. He was called out on strikes in the second. So both defenses flashing a little bit of leather. Here's the first pitch, squares around a bunt, and McCoy went right through it. No balls and a strike. Bases empty, 1 out, top of the 4th. Long look in by the righty, and a pitch on the way, a curveball, and McCoy flinched but didn't chase. Rockies have scored 3 times, still trailing the Dodgers 9-4 in the 7th. Here's a pitch on the way, and this one is chopped foul. And now Van Sickle is ahead 1-2. Max Muncy has homered for the Dodgers in that ball game, 3 runs driven in. Padres have beaten the Cardinals 5-3, and with me being a Cub fan, I like that score. Cubs off to a horrible start so far. 3 blown saves already. 1 ball, 2 strikes, and a pitch. Misses low and away. Rays lead the Giants 5-2 in the 9th. Rays are batting in the top half. Reds and Pirates just underway. Reds did not score in the top of the 1st. Pirates batting for the first time. And strike 3 called at the knees. That is the 2nd time that Van Sickle has gotten McCoy. Number 4 overall. And a leadoff hitter, Terrell Dent, at the plate. He's 1 for 2 with a run scored. So Dent up there with the bases empty and 2 men out. And a pitch by Van Sickle is a little bit low. Eagles lead 7-3. Don't want to rest on that. Voorhees has already scored 3, and we're only in the 4th inning. Eagles want to tack on. And here's the 1-0. A flinch, but no swing, and the count is 2-0 on Dent. Well, the Eagles hit the ball pretty well in the bottom of the 3rd, only to have some good plays made on them. Here's a 2-0, high fly ball, slicing foul and into the Tigers bullpen. Phillies got a run in the bottom of the 1st, still batting. Gene Segura, a double. Here's a 2-1. Grounded hard towards 3rd. Camacho fields. A throw is high, but Fry, with his tall stature, able to reach up and snare it. And that ends the inning. A 1-2-3 inning, the first of the night for Will Van Sickle. We go to the bottom of the 4th. Eagles 7, Tigers 3. Bottom of the fourth, the Eagles have 2, 3, and 4 due up. Christian Amlong, Carlos Sanchez, and David Quevedo as the scheduled hitters. A 7-run first inning for Trinity Baptist. That's been their scoring summary so far. 2 runs in the first and 1 in the third for Voorhees. Christian Amlog was hit by a pitch. Ended up scoring in the first. Last time up, he popped out to the right fielder. So he's leading off in the bottom of the fourth. And the Eagles again looking to add on to a current 4-run lead. Some action now in the Eagles bullpen. As I always say, the dugout blocks my view of who it is. Here's a first pitch from James. A smash right up the middle, and Amlog wasted no time getting on base. That one just missed, smacking James, and fortunately for him, he's all right. That's a base hit to lead off the inning for Christian Amlog. Carlos Sanchez, no official at-bat, a hit by a pitch, a walk, a run scored, and a caught stealing. So without an official at-bat, Sanchez has been a busy man. Throw over to first, and the runner's back in time. Leadoff runner aboard, that's Christian Amlog. And James works from the stretch and delivers the first pitch and gets the outside corner for a strike. Third hit off James, if I'm counting everything correctly. And a pitch, line drive, well hit towards center. That's going to be on the ground. A little bit of a misjudgment by Sumter. He kind of backtracked, turned the wrong way as the ball might have knuckled on him, and then he had to try to make a diving catch. The ball looked like it hit inside his glove, but he could not hold on. That's going to be a base hit for Sanchez. That ball had a lot of action, zigzagging horizontally as it flew toward the center fielder. And again, Sumter looked like he misjudged it, then tried to make the diving catch, and for a moment I thought he made that catch. 2 on, nobody out. DQ at the plate, 0 for 1, a walk and a strikeout. He squares around a bunt and takes a pitch low and outside. That is the 4th hit allowed by James. Eagles have 2 on, nobody out. DQ squares again and pulls it back again and takes one in the dirt for ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes, and Quevedo in the driver's seat. Now ahead in the count. Let's see if he squares around or if Coach Copeland gives him the green light. He's showing bunt. Pulls it back at a pitch a little bit low, and he's now ahead 3-0. And again, we'll check with Coach Copeland to see what DQ is up to. Amlog on second. Sanchez on first. Three balls, no strikes. James delivers, and DQ looked like he was swinging, but pitch not exactly where he wanted, so he took it for a strike. Sometimes a hitter might get a little too eager getting the 3-0 green light. DQ shows bunt again, drops it down. James is going to bobble, throw to first, and not in time. That's going to be an error on the pitcher. Credit Quevedo with a sacrifice bunt. Moving Amlog to third, Sanchez to second. Break for the Eagles as they have the bases loaded with nobody out. Nick McAdon at the plate. He has walked twice and scored a run. 2 singles and a sac bunt. An error on the pitcher have loaded up the bases with nobody out. Corner infielders in. Here's a pitch to McAdon. A ground ball towards short. It's bobbled. They're going to throw to second and get the force. Second baseman McCoy nearly lost the ball, but he held on and he kept his foot on the bag. That's an RBI ground ball fielder's choice for Nick McAdon. Christian Amlong scores. Quevedo erased 6-4 on the putout, and Sanchez stands at third. One out for Michael Camacho. So runners at the corners, one out. Camacho's 0 for 1 with a sacrifice fly. Showed bunt, throw down to second is not in time. A stolen base for Macedon. That throw a little bit off the mark. And the Eagles have 2 men in scoring position. 8-3, a 5-run lead for the Eagles. And a chance to tack on a little bit more. One out. Good contact, should get at least 1 run home. Big gap in right center. James delivers from the stretch and a curveball that catches the outside corner, and Camacho took it for strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Nobody holding either runner aboard, and the pitch, swing and a miss, and Camacho knows he chased one well out of the zone. A little too eager on the swing. Still has another one. Sanchez able to get a pretty good secondary off third in case the ball gets by the catcher. Swing and a miss. It does get by, but it's a foul tip. I didn't notice that at first. Umpire called it immediately, and the runners return to their bases. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And James delivers. And a high pop-up. That will not be deep enough. Santana makes the catch. Everybody holds, and that's out number 2. Fry at the plate. He's hit the ball hard a couple of times. An RBI single in the first. A ground ball to the shortstop in the third. Fry getting some at-bats of late and making the most of it. 2 men in scoring position. Here's the pitch, a curveball taken for ball 1. Fry has had some really good swings in his few at-bats last weekend and so far tonight. Here's the 1-0. High fly ball, very well hit, way back, and it's going to stay in the yard right up against the fence, and Mario Sumter makes the catch to end the inning, and Fry very nearly put one out for a 3-run homer, but that ball is caught again right in front of the TBC baseball logo in left center. Well, the Eagles get a run, couple of hits, an RBI fielder's choice from Macedon, and as we go to the 5th, it is the Eagles 8 and the Tigers 3. Austin Fry swinging the bat very well. Gentleman to my left, I believe that is Mark Rogers' father. Saw him here last week. He's right. If Fry pulls that ball just a little bit, that ball's gone, but he gave it a long ride. It's about 385 where he hit it. And a nice job by Sumter to run it down and make the catch. Eagles got a run, though, and lead 8-3. Will Van Sickle ready for the first pitch of the 5th. And this is Sumter who made that really nice catch out there in the power alley. Takes ball 1. Sumter has 2 infield hits, and he's scored both times. 1 ball, no strikes. Van Sickle from the stretch and a pitch. Sumter shows bunt and pulls it back and takes a pitch up and out of the zone. So 2 balls, no strikes. And here is the pitch, and this one misses outside for ball 3. April Smith watching us on the YouTube feed, cheering on Henry Adam Brower. I've already seen him make a really nice defensive play. Here's a 3-0 from Van Sickle, and this one is outside for ball 4, and Sumter hasn't hit the ball out of the infield, but he's been on base 3 times. Farrell at the plate. He is 1 for 1. He also has a sacrifice bunt. Very good speed aboard at first. Mario Sumter. Van Sickle works from the stretch. A huge lead. Runner not going, though, trailing by 5, and a curveball is in for strike 1. Again, down this much. Coach West not taking too many chances. If Voorhees pulls a little closer, though, we can expect to see Sumter, given an opportunity later on, take off. Here's the 0-1, not going. And a drag bunt attempt from Farrell. Looked like he was trying for the base hit. And he went right through it and is down 0-2. Mr. Michael Curry, the assistant coach for Adrian West. He's the third base. Here's the 0-2. Outside, Almodovar came up ready to fire. Also, Mr. Jonathan Parnell making way down from Denmark. Here is the 1-2 and a pitch. A chopper towards second. Macadon. The ball hit the runner, and that means Sumter is out on the runner's interference. Now that goes as a base hit for Eugene Farrell and a 4 unassisted. The putout awarded to Nick Macadon. Runner's interference, officially the call, and McNeil comes up to the plate with a runner at first and 1 man out. So the second hit of the night for Farrell. He's also getting a big lead off first. McNeil has an RBI. He's 0 for 1. Runner's on the move. A looper towards third. It's going to be caught. Camacho will have the easy flip for the double play, and that retires a side. Tough break for McNeil. Runner had that bag stolen, and it turned into a double play to end the inning. One hit, nobody left thanks to the double play. We go to the bottom of the 5th, 8-3 Eagles. Still overcast, but it feels terrific out here on the west side of Jacksonville, 800 Hammond Boulevard. If you're in the area and looking for a good church service on Sunday, well, Trinity Baptist Church has 2 locations. Our main campus at 800 Hammond Boulevard, zip code 32221, and our second campus at Enterprise Learning Academy on Old Middleburg Road in the Oakleaf, Argyle area. So if you're in the area looking for a good church service, especially with Easter coming up, check out Trinity Baptist Church in either of our 2 locations. Mark Rogers leads things off. Has an RBI triple to his credit. 1 for 2. Hit a hard line drive caught last time up. First pitch fastball is outside for ball 1. That line drive went right at the shortstop, Brower. Took 1 or 2 steps over and made the catch. James winds and delivers, and this one misses low. Aguilar James came in the first inning in relief of Joel Rivera Orta, and he's done a pretty nice job. It's allowed a couple of runs, but it could have been a whole lot worse. This one is chopped foul. Three and a third innings so far. 2 runs, both of them earned. Neither team has committed an error. Here's a 2-1 to Rogers. High fly ball, pretty well hit towards right, but it's going to hang up, and an easy catch for Goldsmith for out number 1. Almodovar has walked twice. First time his courtesy runner Jordan Broden ended up scoring a run. That came in the big 7-run first inning for the Eagles. Base is empty. 1 man out. Almodovar, the left-handed hitter, at the plate. Here's a pitch from James and a curveball in there for a strike. The 0-1, and this one misses outside. Another look at my scorebook. James has allowed 3 runs. Forgot to mark down that last one. Here is the 1-1, and this one is outside. 2 balls and a strike. So 2-1 to Almodovar, and here's the pitch. High fly ball. It looked like he was trying to go the other way as he has a big gap in left center with Sumter playing him the pull. That one went out of play. It's 2-2. Here's a pitch from James. This one downstairs in the dirt. Well, it looks like the rain that was forecast for tonight will at least hold off for a while. Tomorrow, the forecast does call for a 50% chance of rain. Let's hope it waits until late in the evening. Here's a 3-2. Ball 4, and Almodovar has drawn his 3rd walk of the night. Well, the batting average doesn't change, but the on-base percentage goes up. And once again, here comes Jordan Broden as the courtesy runner for the catcher. Runner at first, 1 man out. Brian Lopez at the plate. 2 ground balls to third and a 2-run triple, and all 3 balls hit very hard. Here is a pitch and a high pop-up, shallow right center. 2 men giving chase, and it will be the right fielder making the catch. That is Goldsmith for out number 2. 2 outs for Christian Amlog. He has scored twice. Last time up, led off the 4th with a base hit right up the middle. Came around to give the Eagles an 8th run on the ground ball off the bat of Nick McAdon. Here's the first pitch, and this curveball catches the inside corner. So no balls and a strike. Broden running for Almodovar at first. Here is the pitch, and this one misses up and in and nearly got the batter. Count even at 1-1. Broden getting another half step off his lead. Bluffs again, and this one's in the dirt. Two balls and a strike. Long look in by James. Now the pitch, and this one misses low, and now Amlog in the driver's seat. Bottom of the fifth, 2 outs. Runner at first for the Eagles. And here comes a 3-1 to Amlog, and this one catches the inside corner. Fills up the count, but that also means Broden will be off on the pitch. Broden getting his lead, and there he goes, and a high fly ball towards right, but again it will hang up and be caught by Goldsmith, and that ends the inning. Well, a walk, but nothing else for the Eagles, and after 5, Eagles lead it 8-3. Rodney Goldsmith, Cremonta Snell, and Julio Santana are the scheduled hitters. That's 5, 6, and 7 in the batting order for Voorhees College, who comes up trailing 8-3 as we start the 6th. Van Sickle has gone the distance so far, and this pitch misses outside for ball 1. 3 runs, all earned. 1 walk, 4 strikeouts, 5 hits. And the pitch on the way is on the inside corner for a strike. Make that 6 hits for the Tigers off Van Sickle. Little rough start in the first, but it's done a really nice job since then. Swing and a miss, 1 ball, 2 strikes. First 2 men of the ball game hit their way aboard and ended up scoring, but since then Van Sickle has allowed just 1 more run. Now starting off in the 6th inning. Here is the 1-2. This one hit hard but foul. So a ball and 2 strikes. Goldsmith has 1 of those 6 hits. That came in the first and brought home a run. 1 for 2 overall. Has a count of 1-2 leading off the top of the 6th. 9-inning ball game tonight, 2 7s tomorrow. Here's a pitch downstairs in the dirt. Tomorrow's doubleheader scheduled to begin at 12 noon here in the Eastern Time Zone. Again, rain in the forecast. Here's a 2-2, and this one is fouled straight back. Look out back there. There's some youngsters. And fortunately, that one strayed away from the young lady who chases it down and brings it back up to the field. Hopefully the rain will hold off tomorrow also, because we want to bring both of those ball games to you. Well, the rain chances were at 50, and now the weather app I use says about 30% throughout the afternoon. Here's a pitch downstairs, and the count is full on the batter, Rodney Goldsmith. Three balls, 2 strikes, first batter of the 6th inning. And here's a 3-2, ground ball up the middle and into center field for a leadoff single for Rodney Goldsmith, his 2nd hit of the night. And the Tigers have the leadoff man aboard, hit number 7 overall. And it brings up Cremonta Snell. He's 1 for 2, got himself an RBI base hit in the 3rd. Runner at first is Goldsmith. Pretty good lead. Van Sickle from the stretch delivers, and a curveball misses outside. Eagles bullpen had quieted down, but now it's starting to warm back up. No action on the Voorhees bullpen. Here is the 1-0, and this one is fouled off. And again, look out, youngsters. We have a lot of room behind the bleachers. Typically see some children playing their own games back there, but they have to watch out. There are some adults nearby keeping an eye on those foul balls. 1 ball, 1 strike. And a pitch from Van Sickle. Catches the outside corner, throw down. And a runner back just in time. Fry was just a little bit in front of the bag. The throw beat the runner, but Fry had to sweep around to try to make the tag, and it was just a little bit late. 2 balls and a strike. Nope, check that. 1 ball, 2 strikes. I had it backwards. And a pitch to Snell. Runner going, and this one is fouled. Hit well down the third baseline, but to the wrong side from the viewpoint of the Tigers. Goldsmith had a pretty good jump. The hit and run was on with 2 strikes. Of course, with 2 strikes, a hitter has to protect. So let's see if Goldsmith takes off once again. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Not going, and the pitch is popped up towards the right side. That'll be easy for Macedon, and really nothing the runner can do. And that is out number 1. Julio Santana at the plate. He's 0 for 2. A strikeout and a hard ground ball to the first baseman. That ended the 3rd inning, and for a moment it looked like he had himself a base hit that would have scored a run. But Fry made a pretty good play, getting down to 1 knee, knocked it down, and got the out at first. Goldsmith leading off after his base hit. 1 out later, still at first. Now he's on the move. The pitch is in the dirt, and no throw for Almodovar. That's a stolen base for Rodney Goldsmith. Number 3, according to the DAC stats page for Voorhees, for Goldsmith, assuming those are up to date. 1 ball, no strikes. And a pitch in the dirt, but blocked by the catcher. Mark Rogers had snuck in behind the runner. Van Sickle made the pitch, and now Coach Matt Carter, one of the assistants for Coach Copeland, on his way to the mound. Now there has been some warm-up action going on in the bullpen. Nobody throwing at the moment, but we'll see if he is ready, whoever that gentleman was, to come onto the mound. If so, it would be a mid-at-bat, 2 balls, no strikes. And it's not Coach Copeland out there. Normally when he comes out, he makes the change. This is Matt Carter, TBC graduate, former Eagle player. And Van Sickle will stay on the mound. 2 balls, no strikes, the count for Santana. Nobody throwing in either bullpen at the moment. Goldsmith, the runner, at second. And we are ready to resume. Count is 2-0 on Santana. Here is the pitch, and downstairs in the dirt. Van Sickle, normally a reliever, getting an extended outing here tonight. Having a little trouble finding the plate in this at-bat to Santana. 3 balls, no strikes. And the pitch. This one catches the zone for strike 1. Van Sickle slowing things down here in the 6th. Santana digs in ahead 3-1. The pitch on the way. Strike 2 called. Santana didn't like the call, but the count is full. So a payoff pitch on the way. Eagles with a 5-run lead, just looking to knock it down and get an out. Here's a pitch, and Santana chased that one out of the zone and fouled it off. And Santana missed an opportunity to take ball 4 on that pitch. But if it's close, you want to hack. You don't want to take any chances on a pitch being called strike 3. Another payoff pitch on the way. High fly ball towards center. Lopez racing back. He makes the catch over the shoulder. Runner goes back to the bag. Goldsmith will tag and hit on into third. And a highlight reel play for the center fielder, Brian Lopez. I thought for a moment he wasn't going to catch up to that one. That's a long way, almost 400 feet where Lopez ran that ball down. Goldsmith tags and Santana robbed of extra bases. Brian Lopez looked like a wide receiver. Made the over-the-shoulder catch for the touchdown. Nice job by Goldsmith to recognize. He went back and tagged up and advanced. So 2 outs, a runner at third, and a curveball to Brower. Hit down the right field line. Amlog on the dive. Makes the catch. Christian Amlog showing up Lopez, who made a great catch a moment ago, and the Eagles are out of the inning. Mr. Rogers, it's good to see our team do that to someone else for a change. Eagles fans have watched that happen to the Eagles all season long. We go to the bottom of the 6th. It is 8-3 Trinity Baptist. Two defensive gems ended that inning on balls well hit. Brian Lopez almost straight away center field ran one down off the bat of Santana. Then Christian Amlog on the dive right on the foul line. That would have certainly scored a run. 8-3 as the Eagles come to bat in the bottom of the 6th, and Sanchez, Quevedo, and Macedon will lead things off. Carlos Sanchez takes a pitch in the dirt for ball 1. Let's see if the Eagles can top that offensively now. Here's the 1-0. High fly ball towards right. Goldsmith drifting over near the line and makes the catch. One away for David Quevedo. He has walked and scored, reached on an error on a sacrifice bunt. So overall, he is 0 for 1. That one a called strike 3. After his walk in the first, Quevedo came around to score. Here's a first pitch from James and a high pop-up. Look out right near the bleachers. And out of play for strike 1. Aquilar James has pitched 4 1/3, now 4 2/3 after getting that first out. 3 runs, 4 hits, 3 walks. Starting to wonder about Will Van Sickle again. Normally a reliever. Will he come out for the 7th? Here's a pitch in the dirt. And the count is 2-1. Right now, Van Sickle, the pitcher of the record for the Eagles. Joel Rivera Orta on the hook for the Tigers, should the score hold up. 1 ball, 1 strike to DQ. Here's a pitch from James. Line drive. That's going to be a base hit into center. And Quevedo is aboard. Nice piece of hitting by DQ. Just made good contact. Got himself a 1-out single. That ball right over the second base bag. Hit number 5 allowed by James, number 6 overall for the Eagles. Nick McAdon at the plate. Brought home a run with a ground ball his last time up. Reached on a fielder's choice, then stole a base. He's also walked twice and scored a run. Curveball misses outside. McAdon ahead in the count. Quevedo aboard at first. Pretty good lead. Now gets another half step and the pitch. And McAdon flinches but does not chase one inside. 2 balls, no strikes. Eagles have won 3 out of 4 against Voorhees. Those ball games all occurred on March 15th and 16th. Trinity won the first game 6-1. Voorhees game 2 6-2. Then the Eagles won games 3 and 4 by scores of 6-5 and 1-0. At the end of this inning, we'll go ahead and let you know the upcoming games for both the Tigers and the Eagles. 2 balls, no strikes. Quevedo, a pretty good lead off first, and a pitch. Misses a little high, and it's 3-0. Both bullpens very quiet at the moment. James takes a long look in for the sign. 3 balls, no strikes. And a pitch to McAdon. He was taking all the way, and it's strike 1. DQ gets another half step on his lead. McAdon should be swinging if he gets one in the zone. Here's a 3-1. Quevedo on the move. A fly ball to right. Quevedo's going to have to hurry back to second. And a throw not in time. It gets away. Quevedo on his way to third. He will keep on going. He will score. And McAdon in at third. Oh, good luck scoring this one. It's a base hit for Nick McAdon. No RBI on the play. Quevedo didn't know if that ball would be caught or not. He was on his way back to first. When it landed, he ended up at second. It'll be an error on the right fielder that allows Quevedo to score from second after the overthrow and McAdon to go first to third on the same throw. So a break for the Eagles. They lead it 9-3. Have a runner at third with 1 out. And Michael Camacho at the plate. He's 0 for 2, but he has driven in a run with a sac fly. The run is unearned, but it's on the board. Here's the first pitch. Camacho drops down the bunt. There will be no play at the plate. Instead, over to first. And a safety squeeze brings home the run, and the Eagles lead 10-3. So Michael Camacho with his second sacrifice won both ways now. A fly ball and now a bunt. McAdon scores, and the Eagles lead by 7. First pitch to Fry, nearly put one out of here his last time up, misses for ball 1. Ball was caught right in front of the TBC baseball logo on the left center power alley fence. And this one misses low and outside for ball 2. As we mentioned earlier, he pulls that one just a bit. It's out of here. Fry swinging the bat very well in his opportunities. Here's the pitch. Misses up high for ball 3. Fry is 1 for 3, an RBI single in the first. He's hit the ball hard all 3 times. The 3-0. And this one misses for ball 4, and Fry draws the walk. He's aboard. 2 outs. Mark Rogers at the plate. Rogers taking a long look at Coach Copeland. down at third base. Fry aboard, 2 outs. We're in the bottom of the 6th. The Eagles lead by 7. Fry a modest lead off first, and the pitch. This one is sliced foul and out of play. Fry, not a whole lot of base running experience this season. Usually a pitcher playing first base tonight. Gets a little bit bigger lead. Here is the pitch. A line drive, base hit into center. Just out of the reach of the shortstop Brower. And the Eagles have 2 men aboard. That's the second hit of the night for Rogers. He had that RBI triple in the first. 2 on, 2 out. Jordan Almodovar at the plate. He has walked all 3 times so far tonight. Timeout called. Voorhees assistant coach Michael Curry out to the mound, and it looks like that's going to be it for Aguilar James. Give him credit for 5 innings. He is responsible for 2 men on, 5 runs, 3 of them earned, 6 hits, walked 3, and did not strike out a man. Yes, he did strike out 1. New pitcher on the mound for the Tigers, wearing number 4, freshman Gabriel Miles. We'll pause here, tell you a little bit about Miles in just a moment on TBC Eagles. Gabriel Miles takes over for Aguilar James, and according to the DAC stats, Miles, a 150 earned run average, no wins, 1 loss, 6 total innings on the season, 1 earned run. He inherits 2 men on with 2 outs. The runner at second, Austin Fry, who drew a walk, and Mark Rogers, who just lined a base hit into center. Jordan Almodovar, as we said a moment ago, has walked 3 times tonight. He's at the plate. He is the first man that Miles will face. Two men now throwing in the Eagles bullpen, so I'm assuming that Will Van Sickle's night is over. Again, he had a little trouble in the first, but since then, Van Sickle has been pretty darn good. We'll see if he comes out to start the 7th or if one of the Eagles relievers in the bullpen does. Gabriel Miles getting ready to make his first pitch of the night. Almodovar at the plate. Probably hoping for a chance to swing the bat this time. He has walked 3 times in a row. Jordan Broden, the courtesy runner, scored the first time. Here's a pitch, and this one misses well out of the zone. Almodovar has a massive gap in left center. Sumter playing the hitter to pull. Goldsmith playing the hitter to pull down the right field line, and this one is in there for a strike. Indians lead the Blue Jays 1-0 in the 4th. Ball and a strike, and this one hits the batter, and Almodovar's on base for the 4th time tonight without putting the ball in play. So the bases are loaded with 2 outs. The White Sox beat the Mariners 10-8. Dodgers just finished beating the Rockies 10-6. Padres over the Cardinals 5-3. The Rays beat the Giants 5-2. Those are the finals. Brian Lopez at the plate with 3 men aboard, and here's the first pitch, and this one nearly hits the batter. That would have driven in a run. Lopez has driven in 2 with a triple. Hit the ball hard 3 out of 4 times. 1 hit to show for it. 1 ball, no strikes, and the pitch. Grounded towards third, a nice play, and stepping on the bag is a third baseman, Snell, and that retires a side, and Brian Lopez frustrated. He keeps hitting the ball hard. He did get the 2-run triple in the first, but this time robbed once again, and Lopez has had that happen to him many times in the last few Eagles ball games. That's the 3rd time he's gone 5-3, but the Eagles score 2, and at the end of 6, lead it 10-3. Take this opportunity to let you know the upcoming ball games for the Voorhees Tigers. Of course, tomorrow afternoon's doubleheader. As the Tigers leave here following tomorrow's ball games, they will have a home game against Morris College. That's a doubleheader on April 9th beginning at 1 p.m. Then the Tigers are at Stillman College in Tuscaloosa, Alabama for 2 on April 16th. At Piedmont International in Winston-Salem, North Carolina for 2 on April 19th. That begins at 2 p.m. There's a new man on the mound for the Eagles. Nick McAdon comes in from second base to take over for Will Van Sickle. So that means there is also a new second baseman. We'll have to see who that is. Looks like Jaron Sweeney has come into the ball game. So McAdon would still be batting in the number 5 hole. Sweeney would not be batting. McAdon finishing up his warm-up tosses. He will face Miles McCoy, Terrell Dent, and Mario Sumter leading things off in the top of the 7th. Yes, that is Jaron Sweeney. Got the confirmation from our PA announcer, Alexa Goodwin, a senior here at Trinity Baptist College. Go ahead and finish off the remaining schedule for the Tigers. A home doubleheader against Selma University. And then at Selma University on the 27th. That home game is on the 23rd. Doubleheader at Selma in Selma, Alabama. In fact, that is a 4-game series. 2 doubleheaders to end the regular season for the Tigers. April 27th and 28th. Next chance we get, let you know what the Eagles have in store, but we already know that they are going to be in Jacksonville for the remainder of the regular season. Will Van Sickle, 6 innings pitched, 3 runs, all earned, 7 hits, 1 walk, 4 strikeouts. He is a pitcher of record. Should the score hold, he would stand to win it. Miles McCoy, the scheduled hitter, but it looks like there's a new man at the plate. Calvin Coach at the plate, and he swings and misses at the first pitch. So no balls and a strike. McAdon in relief of Will Van Sickle. Here's the 0-1. Swing and a miss. That is strike 2. McAdon throwing some smoke in his first 2 pitches. Calvin Coach, a sophomore infielder, getting a chance to swing the bat. He is from New Ellington, South Carolina. Here's the 0-2 from McAdon. This one grounded right back to the box. Mac fields and fires a strike for the out. So 1 out, and Dent, the scheduled hitter. He is 1 for 3 with a run scored. McAdon gets the first man he faces. 1 out, bases empty, top of the 7th. Here's a pitch, and this one hit the batter, and that puts Dent aboard with 1 out. That's a first hit batsman for Eagles pitching tonight. Voorhees has hit a total of 3. So runner at first. Sumter at the plate, who's had a really good night. 2 hits and a walk, 2 runs scored. Runner at first is Dent. 1 man out. Macadon will go from the stretch for the first time, and the pitch. Bunt shown and pulled back, and Sumter takes it up high for ball 1. Pitch from Macadon, a fastball just a little bit high of the zone, so the count is 2 balls, no strikes. Macadon from the stretch delivers a breaking ball. This one stays upstairs, and Sumter well ahead now, 3-0. Macadon takes his time, getting ready, gets the sign, and delivers. Bunt shown on the 3-0, and this one is taken for a strike. Sumter thought it was high and started to walk down towards first, and he's called back to the plate. 3 balls and a strike. And Mac delivers, ball 4 outside, and 2 men are aboard. Dent trots on down to second. Sumter aboard on the walk. And Farrell at the plate. He is hit safely twice and laid down a sacrifice bunt. So 2 for 2. RBI opportunity for the left fielder. Fry in front of the runner at first. Here's the pitch. This one gets by Almodovar, and both runners will advance. Big turnaround third by Dent. That'll be a wild pitch charged to Macadon. So now 2 men in scoring position for Farrell. 1 out. Fry and Camacho will come in front of the bag and off each line at the corners. Middle infielders playing back. They'll trade a run for an out. Here's the pitch. It misses up and away. 2 balls, no strikes. Coach Carter heading back out to the mound. I don't see Coach Shiver, the pitching coach. I believe he was unavailable for tonight. So Coach Carter, also a former pitcher for the Eagles, heading out to the mound and try to settle down his new pitcher. Ground ball back to the box, start of the inning. Dent was hit by a pitch. Sumter drew a walk. A wild pitch put the runners at second and third with 1 out. Coach Carter heads back to the dugout. 2 balls, no strikes. And Farrell back in the box. Macadon will wind up with runners at second and third and deliver a strike on the outside corner. Said this a while ago, the umpire has given both teams pitchers a little bit extra off each corner of the plate, but he's been consistent. 2 balls and a strike and a pitch. Chopped towards short. Rogers will field. Has to hurry. To throw is in time, and a run scores. But Rogers playing back made a very good defensive play. That'll be 6-3 and RBI for Farrell. 2 outs. Dent scores. It is 10-4. Sumter advances to third, and now Macadon can get out of the inning with just the 1 run. Very close play at first. I had to wait and see what the call was. Eagles got the call, and now Macadon, chance to get out of the inning. Here's McNeil, and the first pitch curveball in there for a strike. McNeil, a sac fly in the first, brought home a run. Last time up, lined into a 5-3 double play. The 0-1 from Macadon. Line drive towards right, but Emlong is there. A few steps to his left, and that retires a side. McNeil really struck that ball well. Nice play by Mark Rogers to get out number 2, and then the line drive caught in right. 1 run, no hits, and a man left. We go to the bottom of the 7th. The Eagles lead it 10-4. Eagles are coming up in the bottom of the 7th, leading 10-4. Tomorrow's doubleheader starts at 12 noon. Next week, Toccoa Falls College is here at Trinity Ball-Yard. The Friday night game will begin at 7 p.m. We'll do the double broadcast on both YouTube and FM 91.7, which is also on ilovethetruth.com as well. Toccoa Falls College, an NCCAA opponent and a friendly rival of Trinity Baptist College. Then the Eagles will play Toccoa for a doubleheader next Saturday at 12. Then another Friday-Saturday doubleheader at home the following weekend. Florida National University, who is here to start the season, they're coming back up from Miami. And the regular season ends against Edward Waters College. Tell you a little bit more after this pitch. And a line drive into center. That's going to be caught. A nice job by the center fielder, Mario Sumter. And that robbed Amlong of a base hit. Very hard hit ball, but caught in center and one away. That Edward Waters College series, Friday night, April 26th, will be here. That's senior night for Brian Lopez, the only senior on the team. More coming in just a moment. Miles with the windup and the pitch, and this one misses inside. That's Friday, April 26th, another double broadcast on YouTube and FM 91.7. And then on Saturday the 27th, that is at Edward Waters. This pitch is in the dirt, and 2 balls, no strikes on Carlos Sanchez, who has scored a run. He is 1 for 2 officially. He's been hit by a pitch and walked as well. 2 balls, no strikes, and the pitch. This one fouled hard down the left side, and it's 2-1. Edward Waters plays its home games at J.P. Small Memorial Park, right in the heart of downtown Jacksonville. That's the regular season finale, a doubleheader against the Tigers of EWC. Foul tip into the mitt, 2 balls, 2 strikes. So home against Ed Waters on the 26th, the Eagles' last home game, and then at Ed Waters on the 27th. The 2-2, a little slow roller towards third, and a throw over to first is in time, but off the bag. Or did he call the runner safe on the throw? We'll see how that is scored. That is going to be an error as a throw from Snell pulled the first baseman off the bag. So Sanchez is aboard. Jaron Sweeney now at the plate. Oh, wait, I said something wrong a little while ago. Jaron Sweeney is batting 4th for David Cavedo. I had that incorrect a little while ago in the bag. Looks like there's a new first baseman instead of Santana. We'll see who that gentleman is now manning first base. Nicholas Wiggins, a freshman first baseman and pitcher, taking over for Santana. And a pitch, swing and a miss, and a count of 1-2. Gabrielle Miles came in relief last inning. has a runner at first and one out. They don't always tell us about these changes, so sometimes it's a guessing game, especially when there are multiple changes. Runner's on the move, and Sweeney fouls this one off to the right side. Sweeney getting his first at-bat of the night. Quevedo scored twice. Both times he reached were via the walk and a single. He also reached on, so he is officially 1 for 3 with 2 runs scored. Sweeney took in the batting order when he came into play second. Big gap in right center, as we've seen Sumter play hitters to pull all night long. A lot of room down the right field line as well for Sweeney. Runners on the move, and Sweeney tried to go that. One ball, 2 strikes. Sanchez leads off first. Gabriel Miles on the mound for the Tigers. Runners on the move again. The pitch is high. The throw down is in time, but comes out of the glove, and that is a stolen base for Sanchez. Throw had him beat. Calvin Coach, I believe, is now playing second base. Could not hold on to the ball. And now Sanchez in scoring position. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and a pitch to Sweeney. He fouls it right back over my head and out of play. And look at the youngsters race to chase down the ball. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 1 out. Sanchez in scoring position. He reached on an error and then stole second. And here is the pitch, and this one misses low for ball 3. Good at-bat by Sweeney after he fell behind. Has worked the count full after a couple of foul balls. Nothing else. He's making Miles work. Payoff pitch. Ball 4 in the dirt. Sanchez takes off for third. The throw is in time. The ball did not get away from the catcher. And McNeil has thrown out his second base runner of the night. 2-5 on the putout. Sweeney draws the walk. He is aboard. First pitch to Macadon, catches the outside corner. No balls and a strike. Macadon has walked twice, gotten himself a hit, scored twice, and driven in a run, and he takes strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes, runner at first, 2 men out. Big lead for Sweeney, and here's the 1-2, and Macadon fouls this one off. Game pace has slowed here in the 7th inning. Eagles lead 10-4, looking to tack on at least 1 more. A ball and 2 strikes. Miles delivers. Sweeney's on the move. High pitch. The throw down is not in time. This time Couch had to come up and field the ball, and he was unable to reach back and make the tag, and Sweeney has a stolen base. Second of the inning for the Eagles. Runner at second, 2 outs, and a count of 2-2 on Nick Macadon. Boy, McNeil has a terrific arm. Here's a 2-2, and this one outside to fill up the count. McNeil has caught a runner stealing, just threw out Sanchez, trying to take third on a pitch in the dirt. That one very close at second, but Sweeney got in behind the tag. Here's a 3-2. Line drive, base hit. Sweeney will round third. There may be a play at the plate. The throw is cut off, and the Eagles have scored the 11th run of the night. Looked like that would have been a very close play at the plate. The throw was cut off, and that's an RBI single for Nick Macadon. his second hit of the night and his second RBI. He stands at first with 2 men out. Now Macedon is the pitcher, so he's coming off for the courtesy runner, Jordan Broden. Broden has run 4 times for Jordan Almodovar, the catcher. Now running for Macedon, who is now the pitcher. Here's a pitch, and ball 1 is high to Camacho. Eagles lead by 7, 11-4. Second time they've had a 7-run margin. Miles checks the runner. Broden bluffs again, and this one is fouled off to the right and into the Tigers' bullpen. Looking ahead to the top of the 8th, Goldsmith, Snell, and Wiggins are the scheduled hitters. Wiggins took over for Santana at first base. Miles again, a long look, and here is the pitch. Line drive, base hit into left. Broden will round second. He'll motor on into third. The throw will be late. And here's Camacho taking second on the throw, and the Eagles have 2 men in scoring position. That is a single for Camacho. He takes second on the throw as Broden goes first to third. Austin Fry at the plate, and man, has he swung the bat well tonight. Last time up walked. He's hit 3 rockets. 1 for 3 with a run scored and a run driven in. 2 men in scoring position, and the pitch is up high for ball 1. One ball, no strikes, a chance for Fry to drive in 2. Here's the pitch. This one is in the dirt. Now Fry represents the potential game-ending run at the plate. If he can reach and score, that would make it 14-4, 10 runs in the 7th. Here is the pitch, and this one misses outside. Fry very nearly put one out of here earlier in the ball game. Caught at the fence. Here's a 3-0. And he's taking all the way for strike 1. Mark Rogers on deck, hoping for an opportunity with men in scoring position. He's had a pretty good night at the plate. 2 hits and a run driven in and a run scored. Fry swinging at the 3-1, and he fouls it off. (11-4) Eagles lead. 7 runs in the first, 1 in the 4th, 2 in the 5th, and 1 here in the 7th. Still batting. Payoff pitch. Ball 4, and the bases are loaded. Third walk allowed by Gabriel Miles. I'm going to check that again. No, that's number 2. Allowed by Miles. Mark Rogers with the bases loaded at the plate. First pitch on the way, and he lines this one foul down the right side. Rogers, an RBI triple and a run scored in the first. Very hard line drive in the 3rd and again in the 5th. Got himself a base hit in the 6th. Mr. Rogers has enjoyed seeing Mark swing the bat tonight. Too bad those other 2 were caught, because he's really hit the ball well. No balls and a strike. Miles winds with the bases loaded, and the pitch misses up. Rogers has also played some very good defense. That strong throw that was a second out in the top half of this inning, that set up the chance for Macedon to get out with only the 1 run scoring. Here's the 1-1. This one in the dirt. Broden, though, will not advance. The ball did not get far away from McNeil. McNeil's been pretty good at blocking pitches, and he pounced on that one to keep the runner at third. Again, Fry representing the potential game ender. He's at first, but there are 2 outs. The 2-1. Ball 3 is up high. Three balls and a strike and a pitch. Rogers fouls this one off. It's out of play, and now all three runners in motion. Now with the runner at third, he has to be extra careful. Broden is going to back up further into foul territory to give himself some more space. Runners on the move. Line drive foul out of play. We'll do it all again. Three balls, two strikes, two outs. Broden again will be well into foul territory, and Miles is winding up. The runners are going to get a few extra steps. Here's a 3-2. Ball 4 misses high. A run is in, and that's an RBI for Mark Rogers, his second of the night. Broden scores. Camacho to third. Fry to second. And Jordan Almodovar, a base hit could end the ball game. Eagles lead by 8 and have the bases loaded. Almodovar has walked 3 times and been hit by a pitch. Scored a run, or actually Broden, the courtesy runner, scored that run. Here is the pitch, and it is in there for a strike. No balls and a strike to Almodovar, and a pitch in the dirt. And the count is even at 1-1. One ball, one strike. And here's a pitch downstairs for ball 2. Two balls and a strike. Almodovar ahead in the count. Hasn't been able to swing the bat tonight. 3 walks and a hit by a pitch. Here's a 2-1. And this one misses low. Jordan wants to take his hacks and possibly end this ball game, but ball 4 would bring in another run. Time called. Conference at the mound. 3 balls and a strike. Camacho at third. Fry at second. Rogers at first. Here's a 3-1. High pop foul, and this one's going to go out of play. And again, the runners are going to be off with the pitch. So now it'll be Camacho who has to make sure he's well into foul territory. Again, that can be a dangerous thing with the runner from third getting a head start. Now, last time with the last batter, Miles wound up. This time he will go from the stretch. 3 balls, 2 strikes. The runners go, and ball 4 misses outside. That's the 4th walk of the night for Jordan Almodovar. This time he gets credit for an RBI. Camacho scores. Fry to third. Rogers to second. There are 2 outs. And a game-ending run standing at third base. Brian Lopez. 3 ground balls to third. All 3 hit hard. And a 2-run triple also could end the ball game. Miles from the stretch and the pitch in there for a strike. And after watching 3 consecutive walks, Lopez wants to make sure that Miles can find the zone before he hacks. So taking all the way at the first offering. Here's the 0-1. This one nearly hit the batter. Throw to third. Snell not even covering the bag. 1 ball, 1 strike. Lopez at the plate. Sacks are full. Here's the pitch. Ball 2. Again, if Fry crosses the plate, that should end the ball game by the 10-run rule. We are in the 7th inning. 2 balls and a strike. Miles from the stretch delivers. High fly ball, very well hit towards center. Runner heading back, and it is down on the ground, and the Eagles will win. Fry scores. Another runner around third. A third man crosses the plate, and that is the ball game. All 3 runs will count. That is a 3-run triple for Brian Lopez, his second triple of the night, and he finishes the night with 5 RBIs. I was ready to name Mark Rogers player of the game, but I'm going to give co-players of the game to Mark Rogers and Brian Lopez. They have combined for 7 runs batted in on 5 hits. 3 of those 5 hits triples. The winning pitcher, Will Van Sickle, 6 innings, 3 runs, all of them earned, 7 hits, 1 walk, and 4 strikeouts, and Joel Rivera Orta takes the loss. Great night for the Eagles offensively. We'll be back here tomorrow beginning at 12 noon. We want to thank everybody for joining us here on YouTube, TBC Eagles. Sorry if I missed a name to say hello. Hope you join us again tomorrow afternoon. First pitch scheduled at 12 noon. John Copeland, the head coach of the Eagles. John Jones, the athletic director of Trinity Baptist College. Dean Bureau is our cameraman. The Eagles now 14-26. Voorhees now 7-12-2. I'm Ray Bureau. We'll see you tomorrow. Good night, and God bless you.